For years, I have been waiting to do this upgrade to my Super 73, and now that I have it, I still can't believe I'm about to do it.
Live like Jackie and Rose, had the water been warmer. Like a Bonnie and Clyde down in California, fall in love on the run. Trying to make it to Cabo, Romeo with a blunt, Juliet with a bottle. Baby, I'm looking for reasons to call it a lie.
So for context, when the new lineup of bikes from Super 73, the S2 and the R series came out, coming from an S1 myself, the rear suspension is what sold me. And that's why I got it, because coming from a no suspension bike to a rear suspension just sounded amazing. And at the time, it was. I upgraded to a better bike, and at the time, it was. I got the suspension bike, rode it around as much as I could, but myself and other people in the community were concerned, I guess, because they didn't really feel that the suspension was comfortable for rear suspension. Now, I'm not here saying I started a trend or anything, but I did make a video swapping out the stock suspension with a $17 coil suspension, because obviously $17 is better than spending a couple $100 for even better suspension. I made that video, I saw other people doing the same mods to their bikes, and for what it was worth at the time, that seemed to be a viable solution. But now it's time for the upgrade. In this box is the Fox Evol Float 3, I don't remember the name, a Fox Air suspension, specifically the same one that they put on the Super 73 Malibu bikes. Now, backtracking for a second, what really inspired me to do that $17 video was because I tried a Malibu bike, was blown away by the suspension, that I wanted to find something that would be similar to that. And yes, while the $17 suspension has served its purpose, I think it's time to finally upgrade and see if it's worth buying this suspension. And here it is. I still can't believe we got it, and I literally have it in my hands, basically. So let's open this up. Take this, oh my gosh. Oh, this thing, what is this? Ah, just a little dirt from the packaging, no big deal, it can be wiped off. But this looks amazing. And another reason why I actually wanted to do this video, just like how I want to do all my other videos, is because while yes, Super 73 does have an install guide on how to put this on, and it's literally taking off some screws and then putting them back in. If you're not mechanically savvy like me, simple things like changing a tire, swapping out headlights, or anything like that that are relatively easy could be a little intimidating. And I'm not gonna lie, I could have bought some other suspension, but because I didn't know the sizing or the dimensions that I needed, I didn't, and I waited until now to get this one because basically I just didn't know. So today I'm gonna be showing you guys how simple it can be to put this on and to take off your stock one. If you guys enjoyed this video at any point, go ahead, drop a like, leave a comment down below, subscribe if you guys are new. Interact with this video because I'll be honest, YouTube does pay me a little bit here and there, and this was not cheap, so help me out in any way you can. Let's get to the install. Okay, so first thing that is recommended is to lift the bike up off the ground. I'm using a piece of crap bike mount hitch thing, I don't even know, from Harbor Freight. It's not very good. If you have any better recommendations for like some sort of bike mount to get it off the ground to do repairs on, let me know in the comments. Get that off the ground, and then you've got one bolt here, another one down here, and then two more on the opposite side. You take that off, you take this out, and then literally you just put the new one in and then put the bolts back in. So let's just see if it is actually that easy. All right, so according to the Super 73 guide on YouTube, you just take a couple of 4mm hex screws. You put one on this side, one on the other side. Oh, and you unscrew. Seems easy enough. You could use one screw to hold it while the other one turns it, so that way it's a little bit easier. Got one out. Oh boy, okay, got the other one out. Got misaligned for a second, so once you do that, the bike will drop, which is normal. That's supposed to happen. It scared me a little bit because I wasn't really expecting it, but it happened. Nothing broke, So your bike should look like that, like almost like it's broken half, but trust me, it's not, it's fine. Next, you just do the same thing for the other one. This one should be a lot easier. I know my hand's kind of blocking the camera, but literally all I'm doing is just twisting some screws apart. Okay, that's one. You can use, if you have a long one like this, a long hex key, you can just go in here and push the bearing through. That'll take the other side off. Put your tools aside, and then the suspension should just come right out. Okay, in case anyone is curious, stock, this Super73 setup here comes with this already installed on it. I think this is rated for 550 pounds. In the swap video I did, I installed this. You can kind of tell the difference. This one's like a light gray or a light black, and this one is just straight up black. This one I think is rated for 300 pounds. Yeah, 300 pounds right there, as you can see. And as for the Fox, I'm not actually entirely sure what it's rated for. 300 PSI max in the chamber. Doesn't exactly say if there's like a weight limit to it or anything like that. I'm not sure. If I can find out while I'm editing, I'll put it up on screen in case anyone's curious, but that's the difference. Now everything we just did to take this off is in reverse what you do to put this on. Now it also comes with some instructions. Let me read through that in case I need to like put air in it or something before putting it in. And if I do, I don't know, we'll see. Give me a second here. Okay, the only thing I'm gonna do just to make sure it's set up properly is make sure that each chamber has the right amount of air. It says that the main chamber, which I'm guessing is this bigger one, says 50 PSI, while the Evol chamber, well this just says Evol, it says 50 PSI. I wish I kind of made a diagram for dum-dums like me to fully understand which one's which. I'm assuming this is the Evol chamber and this is the main chamber. So let's go ahead, pump some air in, or make sure that there's proper air in here. Tighten that all the way, or at least as much as I can. Kind of lock it in, lock it in. This is flipped upside down, that's my bad. I'm at 50, main is at 50. Okay, so it does look like this is already pre-pressurized from factory, because I don't know if it'll pick up on the camera. That's at about 50, and instructions say, if it'll focus, to put it at 50. So I think if you buy this, you don't need to do anything. I know I'm not the best with camera angles. I'm just doing my best with the one camera that I have here, guys, so please bear with me. Put this back on. All right, now let's go ahead and install this back on. Actually, before I forget, we're gonna go ahead, put the bearings that came with it in so that way the screws can fit. I just lost the screw and I don't know where it went. Oh boy, I hate when this happens. There it is. Let's try this again, shall we? Line it up as best I can. Shimmy it in there. Oop. Boom. It's gonna hold that up so it doesn't fall. Hand tighten it first, just to get it in place. Not gonna go too crazy when you hand tighten it, just get it in there. Doesn't have to be all the way tight. And then do the same thing for the bottom one. Although I have a feeling because it's dealing with the tire, the bottom one's gonna be a little bit trickier to line up, but we will see, won't we? So get the bearing in there. Oh yeah, it's gonna be a little bit trickier. Okay.
We can live like Jack and Rose, let the water be warmer. Bonnie and Clyde down in California, fall in love on the run, trying to make it to Cabo, Romeo with a blunt.
There we go. Just do some hand tightening. Once that's in there, all we gotta do is lock it in. That's locked. That's locked. Okay, I was right. Because of the tire, it was a little bit trickier to get it lined up, but once it's in, it's in. And I won't lie, while I am excited to try this out, I'm also kind of thrown off. Like, I'm so used to seeing this on the bike, like with the coils and the springs, not having it on is kind of weird almost. Not a bad thing, just, you know, gotta get used to it. Okay, and with that now done, you will be missed. You served your purpose, you did your job well, but had to upgrade. And so once I charged up the battery, because I do want to go for a ride, it's like 70 degrees in November, which is really weird for me on the East Coast. I'm gonna charge up the bike, take it for a ride, and see how this performs. I'm excited. I'm not like a dirt jumper and off-roader, but just having more comfortable riding positions and whatnot is definitely great. And for a little preview, in my opinion, this is only one of a two-step process to get more of a comfier ride. If you can guess what the second step is, leave a comment down below. But when I get to that second step, I'll let you guys know by a video and also Instagram, of course. And you know what? I actually kind of want to talk about something real quick. As you know, it's November. It's gonna get cold, especially here on the East Coast, which means riding season is basically over unless we get a miracle and it stays like as nice as today all winter long. But because of that, I might not be able to make videos as often because it's too cold, the weather sucks, and I don't want to go riding in the snow. Maybe the P51 Bullet, because that's more of an off-road beast, but overall, I just don't want to be in the cold. So with that being said, I want to use this off season to try my best to learn a lot more about my bikes, about bikes in general, batteries, components, electronics. I've already started learning how to read and understand voltage on a battery life as opposed to percentage when you're riding, which is cool. But next, I want to really dive deep into, I know I did a video already, but that was like a basic video. I want to redo my EV charging video, what you should know and what you don't need to do and what you shouldn't be doing when you're EV charging. I want to learn more about like electronics, like maybe soldering wires or, you know, doing aftermarket lighting setups or anything like that. With a new upgrade that I have in my Super73, I recently did a group ride with that, and pedaling at higher speeds felt pointless, and so I want to kind of up my range a little bit. And I think, prove me wrong in the comments, I think getting a bigger sprocket and longer chain should help with that for me to pedal at higher speeds and maybe save some battery and get some extra range. And that's pretty much it. I have about 3, maybe 4 months to learn all about that as much as I can to become a better rider and a better content creator for e-bikes for you guys come next riding season. So if there's anything else you either want me to know or that you feel like you should know and that maybe I can teach you and make content on, let me know in the comments down below. But to go back to the beginning of this tangent, because it's so cold out, I'm actually gonna cut this video into 2 parts. Part 1, install video, which as you saw, not that bad. Next video is the actual test ride and review, because you know, it's cold. I wanna try and milk content as much as I can while it's cold, so bear with me, okay? I know it's kind of scummy, but it's, you know, it's YouTube. That's just how it is for me. So yeah. If you guys did enjoy this video, go ahead, let me know, drop a like, all that YouTube stuff, subscribe. I do want to give a shout out to Michael Canalo for hooking me up with this suspension. I've been an OG Super73 member for years now. I have been treated well by Super73 in the past. I kind of felt like a dead zone recently, but the fact that I was able to reach out to Michael Canalo, one of the owners or the CEOs of Super73, and ask to hook me up with a discount for this suspension is amazing. I'm being transparent. He gave me a discount. It's not the same. You guys can't get one. Again, it's just full transparency here, guys. Okay? It was still a hefty chunk of change, I won't lie, but the fact that I had the opportunity to do that, put this on, and then let you guys know my thoughts on it to see if you guys should buy it, it's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. It was nice. But with that being said, my camera's about to die. I'm gonna go ahead and charge up the bike. Next video, we're gonna test this thing and see how well it performs. That being said, all that YouTube stuff, subscribe, blah, blah, blah. Peace.